Hey, second violins. We're in Dvorak 7. We're in the first movement still. We're just going to pick up some of the last 16th note passages where we go between the two notes. For instance, at B. So we just have this. Yeah, if we're playing this with the metronome at 168, this is how it fits. Okay, so those ones at B aren't too tricky. It's just with the G string going between those. If we jump to D, this one's a little bit trickier. I'm going to stop my metronome again. This one we could stay or go back and forth between strings. Sometimes we have to do that. We don't really have a choice. So we could go. But that might get you tired and you have to go around a bit. So one thing that you might do on some of these is to shift into different positions. So this one you might try in second position with the 4 and 1 finger. So 4, 1, 4, 1, 3, 1. Okay, and this one I do switch string or change string. So we don't have to shift anywhere, and then we're ready to be on the G string there. So that last one is just a 1, 4. So you don't have to switch strings there. But then you're ready to go down, just shift down to its first position and play the 1, 3. Okay, so, and then going on from that one, you might shift back up into second position if you don't want to go back and forth between your G and D. Okay, so on these parts, your 4 is staying in the same place on that E flat, but your first finger is going between your B flat and your A. So just back and forth. So if that helps you, you might just keep your 4 in the same place. Unfortunately, you can't hold it down because that's the thing that's lifting up every time. And then that's a 2, 4. Yeah. So that does stretch my hands a little bit. If that's hard for you to reach, then you might need to go down to the first position, and you might just be doing those string changes there. But if you do that, you might do something with your 3 and 2. Since on your G string, your 1 is high, and on your D string, the 1 is low, you might try and play that first one with your third finger, as where your low 2 would be. And then that's your second finger there. And I don't know if that's easy to see. So that first one is 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and then back to 3, 1, 3, 1. And then you might play it with your fourth finger. Yeah. Yeah. And then make sure not to, these aren't tremolo, these aren't trills or anything, so you can play about that speed when the metronome is playing. So try those fingerings. You can either stretch your fingers or play in half position and group all your fingers together and then have your string changes there. All right, so going on at 83. Okay, so there's some string changes there. So if you wanted to shift up to second position just for those 2 notes, and then back to first position, you might do that. Or you can shift to third position here. You'd have to be in fourth position. And that might be too big of a jump between those two. So. And here you might go to third position. Yeah, it's pick your poison, whether you want to do the string changes or the shifts. Yeah, that one I might shift down to second position and play 1 3 1 3. And then I might even do that in second position there on measure 87, and then go back and forth between the 1 3 1 3 and then 2 4 2 4. So this is 1 3. So that's my 2 4. Down to first position there. Yeah. So those are tricky there. So let's play this whole passage. This is just tricky stuff. And this is nice texture behind everything else. There's a lot of crescendos and decrescendos that will come out. And when you listen to recordings, you can hear the second violins there. As I've started practicing some of the second violin parts, it's fun to hear how they go back and forth with the first violins on some places, but then sometimes they come out and really have a cool part that's there. So we're going to start at D with the metronome at 168 and just go through these and hear how this goes. Ready, go. You guys have probably practiced this a little bit more than I have, hopefully. And I got most of it in there. But let's go on to F and let's play some of those. There's a little bit at E. I guess let's do E first. This is just another notation, so they didn't have to write them all out. It's like what they did in measure 76, but it's the same speed. Okay, so just because they have those two lines there doesn't mean it's a trill. It's just the same. Yep, same as all the other 16th notes there. All right, so let's go after F. So this one's a little bit different. If you were to count these, there's not groups of 6 for every, or I guess groups of 12 for every measure. There's groups of 18. So this is kind of a triplet every 8th note. So what I did in my part is I marked where the 8th notes were, and it actually looks like there's a group of 2 or of 3 for every one of those. So it's if I'm going to play with the metronome, 2 3 1 2. Yeah, and that might be fast to hear it. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. And if I were to play with separate bows, that helps me hear it. Yeah. And if I cut out the triplets and I just play every other note. So that might help you get some of the speed of these. Sometimes they throw an 18 in there and it's like, okay, math, and I've got to figure that out all while we're going really fast. So yeah, if we play it with the metronome again, we'll see how it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I wasn't getting the notes because I didn't practice that before I did this, but that's kind of how the counting goes. We've already done G, but let's go on to the next page, 145. So these are ones that we probably have to do string changing because that's a big reach from the... Yeah, my hand isn't that big either. If anybody can do it, then maybe that will be good. 1 4 2 4 something like that, but this one is a 4th string change. Yep, so just kind of back and forth. I leave my first finger down and I leave my second finger down, and then I'm really just going back and forth, adding my 3rd finger in there. Yep. And we want to get these really quiet, so yeah, it's kind of hard because we're doing a lot with these, but let's see. You'll want to play down kind of towards the fingerboard. Just move the bow a little bit there. You want to be kind of in the upper half if you can, but you do have long bows, so you have to get in a place where you can save it too. So you're not going to move a lot, and you're going to aim towards being in this part of the bow here. I guess you can't see that in the upper part. Yeah, I'm too close to the camera. So in this part here, between here if you can, because that will be the easiest to do the string changes there where you don't have to do too much. So. Okay, that one's nice because we are all in the same string, so. Okay, all right, 155 and 56, that's actually, those are going to be kind of like trills because they are 32nd notes. So yeah, those are not marked as 16th notes, so those will be twice as fast as them. Okay, all right, so let's go. Yeah, there's a couple more before L, so 208. Yep, so those are a little tricky there. Okay, so they like the texture of the sound of crossing the strings even though it's the same note. So they've put you playing A and then 4. Okay, all right, so that is most of them. Let's look at 224. Yep, so just little ones, they don't keep going. So. Let's see if there's any more. Okay, we've already done N in another video, but I guess, yeah, there's 45. These ones are not too bad. And these ones are actually the trills, or tremolo ones, because they've got the 32nd notes. They've got 3 lines in there. So probably better with your 4th finger there. You might end up where that might be. Sometimes the 4th finger isn't as strong. Mine isn't as strong as I'd like it to be sometimes. So shifting up and doing that 1 3 1 3 maybe works better and you don't wear out your 4th finger as much. And then this one here, that's a fast one to go back and forth between the strings, but because it's the D string, so you could maybe do that on your D string there, but you may need to just do it on the same, going back and forth. Yep, so you can try that. Cool, that one is a weird one. But that gets all of those funny things in here. I know this made this video even longer, but we did all of those in the first movement. So yeah, hopefully that helps you.